Good morning, everybody, and happy Monday. As usual, I hope everybody had a great weekend. I'm here in the Midwest today, and it is having a really good old-fashioned thunderstorm here in Chicago. So if you hear any of the rumbling, I do apologize, but that's what you get for the Midwest. I'm actually visiting a very successful agency. And that being said, one of the things that makes them successful is they're a very well-known brand. Branding is extremely important, which is one of the things we're going to talk about today. So in good old Monday morning fashion, let's start with a good Zig Ziglar quote. So I don't care how much power, brilliance, or energy you have, if you don't harness it and focus it on a specific target and hold it there, you're never going to accomplish as much as your ability warrants. And that's very true. I know some agents who are absolutely phenomenal, great at picking plans, great at going through making sure the clients have what they need, but they will hit a ceiling because there's only so much you can do before you become a well-known brand and have to market yourself and have to let people know kind of what you do. We work off of our circles. That's, of course, always important. But how do you expand yourself and build a new circle? So that's what we're going to talk about today, just like this Zig Ziglar quote. So happy Motivation Monday, everybody. Now keep in mind, if this is your first Motivation Monday, this is what we go through. We go through a tip of the week, then we take a look at what trends are happening within the company. We'll kind of give a shout out to our sales leaders, and in the end, of course, we will end with a sales technique, which today is going to be about your own personal brand. Tip of the week the previous week, I know we emailed it out. It is about the IRS, how they lowers the individual HSA contribution from $6,900 to $6,850. Keep in mind, if they did max their HSA already, few and far between, they will be okay because they just have to fill out a form. Now, for the tip of the week for this week, if you haven't taken a look, we have finally got it up and going. I know I've been kind of hinting about this for a while, but we finally got next gen leads. They are being added for our lead program. So it's a very, very special lead vendor. So take a look at them. It's quite a few vendors are putting there. It's just an easier way for you to be able to buy leads. Take a look. We emailed this out. If you can't find it, please let me know there. training@ahcpsales.com. I can make sure to get it to you. But it's to create a free online account, and you can go through and you get $400 in free lead credit. Take a look at the prices there. So they do have Medicare leads. That's always the first question I get. Do they have Medicare? Yes, they do. There are the prices for the Medicare, and for the ones that are under 65, $350 for a shared lead is not bad, and $10 for an exclusive, pretty great. $20 for live transfers. Phenomenal. So take a look at this, just another thing to add kind of to your arsenal. So if you already have a pretty good lead flow going, maybe take a look at this. If you're new to the industry and you really don't have that bucket set up and that your own personal market set up, this is a great way to get your feet wet. So taking a look at the trends. So in the trends, it was actually kind of a good week, not extremely enthralling, but a good week, right? So short-term medical, we didn't really have a change. I actually think we were down one policy compared to the previous week, leading mainly with NatGen and Golden Rule. We've been doing really good, having solid increases in fixed benefits for a while here, leading with VBA. If you're not contracted with VBA, highly recommend it. Great fixed benefit products, actually great accident products as well. We don't really sell a ton of it for accident, not sure why. I know I love it for the accident portion. Low AME deductibles, but one of those things out there. For the supplements, good healthy increase there in the accident supplements, so good job leading with NatGen and Golden Rule. No change in the critical illness, leading as always with CBL, one of our personal favorites, and an increase in dental there with Golden Rule. So overall, either no change or a healthy increase. So we're doing great as far as trends go. Keep in mind, we are about to hit the summer months. So it's kind of when we hit a plateau and we just keep moving forward before the end of the year when obviously we explode. So sales shout outs here going on for our limited benefits. So congratulations, Katya, taking gold there as always. So good job. Taking gold for the limited benefits, Robert Swander taking silver, and then David Edwards, congratulations on your bronze. For our short-term medical shout-outs, we have Dustin Pearson there taking gold, Andrew Orlikoff taking silver, and then Carmi Bush. Congratulations on hitting the board there and taking bronze. So let's talk about this. Let's do the sales technique. Again, if this is your first Motivation Monday, our goal is to keep these calls between 15 and 30 minutes to get you off and get you back to selling. If you can take away one or two good pieces of information, this is beyond well worth your time. So let's talk about being your own brand. Why is branding important? Well, first off, let's take a look at the screen. Do any of those look familiar? The answer is obviously yes, right? First off, the first one, Nike, what are they known for, right? We always know about the Nike swoosh. They have a very strong brand. The Nike swoosh, interesting enough, was created by a young person at college. They submitted it to a contest, and I think they got paid like $70 for that. And now it's Nike's logo. So we have Nike, right? They have their famous logo. We have Apple. What are they known for? Well, first off, Nike's known for being in the athletic field, kind of getting things done, moving forward, being, kind of the go-to brand, the pinnacle of athletic wear. We have Apple, which is known for their simplicity, their ease of use, how their devices all talk to each other, being modern, being very forward. And then, of course, McDonald's. What are they known for? Quick, easy, and cheap meals. Even though if you've been watching anything, they say the prices are increasing ridiculous, but they still have that strong brand where you're probably seeing Apple stores opening up all the time, more people getting the iPhones, more people going to McDonald's. Nike is everywhere when you watch and go to any of your yoga classes, any of your workouts, if you're outside running. These are strong brands. Are there other people who do the same thing as Nike, do the same thing as Apple? Of course, with Nike, there's Adidas, right? All their good brand, not as strong. When it comes to Apple, any of the competitors that are out there, Samsung, right? As far as it goes with McDonald's, of course, there's Burger King, there's Wendy's. But what makes these such a strong brand and what makes them noticeable? That's kind of what we're going to talk about today. These are the brands that we're known. You want to get yourself up to this type of, not up to the type of brand, obviously, because we work for ourselves, but in the insurance industry, you want people to be like, health insurance, bam, Dan. That's what's going to happen. So let's go through a few quick tips and tricks for you to be able to be your own brand. First off, for you to do any of this, let me just throw all these on the screen quick for you. Just before you even jump into the tricks, you need to be seen as an expert in the field. That is one of the biggest things. When there's a change, you want it for you to be the first person that comes around. For example, when Trump got elected, I was sitting down with a group of friends. We were watching the elections like we do every 4 years, and Trump got elected, and my phone blew up. Probably missed about 100 calls. I can't even tell you how many text messages. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? Why did that happen to me? Well, I've been in insurance for a while. I'm not shy about what I do. I tell my friends, I tell my family. I have friends and family that work in insurance, but not health, right? They don't work in health and life. They contacted me first off. Do all of them have policies through me? No, some of them work with big employers, right? They have group policies, but I'm seen as the expert. Second one, we will actually talk about how to build relationships today, but relationships are huge with branding, right? Especially in our industries. For us to go through and to be successful, we need to be able to build those successful relationships. We need to go and find people who we can do it with, who aren't our direct competition exactly. You want to find somebody who's kind of in the same field, but not identical. And we have to be able to keep it personal, relatable, and professional. That is one of the big ones. You have to be seen as an expert. Can you have fun? Of course you can have fun. I'm actually a very fun and playful person when it comes to doing business. Like, I like to have fun. I like to goof around a bit, but I know when to keep it professional. That's a huge one. What do I mean by that as well? Professional is going to be a double-edged sword. You need to keep it professional on both what your beliefs are as well, unless that's going to be the main market you're focusing on. And I'm not talking just religious. We all have a very strong religious beliefs, I'm sure, out there. But also when it comes to your political beliefs, maybe your beliefs on specific heated subjects out there, because you can actually turn off a person on that. And what did they say about one person who doesn't like you? They tell 10, right? So to keep your brand, you kind of have to tread the waters a little neutral there. Nothing too bad. Again, unless I actually do have a few of my agents who are extremely successful with their church, and that is what they do, and that is what they hit up, and that is completely fine. Maybe you're going to be successful in your local political caucus, right? You have a whole bunch of small business owners that get together to talk about either Democrats or Republicans, whichever side they're on. That's great, but if that's what your focus is, make sure to keep it your focus. But know that you might be cutting off a little bit. And what you show makes a statement. We'll talk about this as well today. When it comes to branding, you need to keep consistency. You need to keep professionalism. You need to keep it so you look like a big shop in a small shop's body, right? And evolve with change. That's one of the nice things here working with AHCP. What we have the ability to do is we have the ability to tell you kind of what is being sold out there. We have the ability of letting you know what's going to happen in the news because of our staff. You have the support behind you. And so, for example, when those short terms all of a sudden only hit 3 months and the 3x4s weren't out there, what do? We switched to fixed benefit, right? When there's been changes in short-term laws, what happens? We can make sure that you know so you can evolve with change. Also evolving with change, if you haven't been in the industry that long, this is kind of what happens. Major medical is the best. Okay, they do something then screws up major medical. Then fixed benefits the best. Then they screw up fixed benefit. And then short-term is the best. Then they screw up short-term. And then we get back to major medical. We're a cycle, right? And you have to ever evolve with change. If you're one of those people who I only sell major medical, you're not going to be the best shop for everybody, right? I only sell short term. Well, you're actually missing a lot of potential business. I only sell fixed benefit. Well, those are technically filed as supplements, so you could really be doing it with the other two. So one of those things is knowing that you can evolve with change and letting your clients know, hey, you know what? Health insurance, it's a crazy industry. Every 4 years, we have complete changes, complete overhauls, but the nice thing is, I have a really strong backing, so when those happen, I'll actually know to reach out to you and make sure that you're going to get what you need. So let's talk about it. So first off, we want to talk about our presence. We want to talk about that. So create your own website and logo. For you want to be your own brand, a lot of us will start via phone, right? Now, at what point should you create a website? In all honesty, right before you can afford it. There's a lot of people out there who will go through and help you develop the website. How do you get your domain? oneandone.com. Go through that. Buy the domain you want. Great. You know how much it costs? It's $1 your first year, $14 every year after. Well, now you have a domain. And what's a domain? That is the name of your website, right? So that's going to be the www.blanketyblank.com.org. You can buy any type of that you want. That's going to give you your voice and your presence. But now you have to actually add content. Easy ways to do it, in all honesty. First off, write down Fiverr, Fiverr. What that does is it's actually a place where it will help you develop a logo, but you can also hire people to help develop your website. What it is you put out what you want, how much you want to spend. You can say, hey, you know what? I want a logo for myself, and I want to spend $5. Why would you create a logo? Well, first off, it builds credibility and consistency, right? Everything you send out will have this logo. Also, clients can't see you. Keep that in mind. You should add your picture on things, unless you don't want to. Not everyone has to. You should. It'd be great because that makes you more relatable. But then your logo also becomes your picture. So if you're mailing things, they see the logo. It says, I should open this. This deals with my health insurance. I should open this. This is important. What else you can do on Fiverr? You can actually hire people to do the website development, saying, hey, you know what? I want to spend $100. They're going to connect you with somebody who these people do it kind of as a hobby. So you're not going to have to pay for that super, super high end because everyone says websites are completely unaffordable. No, they're really not. They're very cheap in this day and age, and you should really have one. You should have a professional website because what are people going to do when you call them? When you leave that voicemail, which, keep in mind that voicemail training we talked about, they're going to Google you. First thing they're going to do is they're going to Google you, and you want your website to pop up because that builds credibility that, yes, I've been in the industry. Yes, I know what I'm doing. What should you have on that website? Well, first off, about yourself, what you do, what your costs are, which, keep in mind your services are technically free, and who your major carriers are, right? And you want to put a place for them to be able to contact you. Even if it is a small field that says put your name, your email address, what you're looking for, and it shoots you an email to dial out for them. Bam. So create your own website and logo. My hints on this one, look at Fiverr, look at them online. If you're looking for a domain, oneandone.com, really great place to get them. But keep in mind, you need to differentiate yourself. How many people are doing the same job you're doing? Probably a lot more than you think. How many people can do it? Funny enough, CPAs can do what we're doing. A lot of attorneys can do what we're doing. A lot of people who work in finance can do what we're doing, but they don't want to. Right? They don't want to do this because that's what they specialize in. So you need to differentiate yourself out there. What makes you the best? Who is your ideal client? That's the first way to differentiate yourself. Medicare has been really popular this year. Let's be honest. Do you want to be a Medicare specialist? Then call yourself the Medicare specialist, right? Do it. Maybe you're the under 65 specialist who works best with families. That's okay. I'm known for working best with small business owners. So that's one of the things when people think small business owners, people starting out, hey, it's contact Dan. Do I get a lot of calls that people, well, I'm thinking of starting out a business and I need to figure out how much this is going to cost. Yeah, all the time. That's okay, right? Because A, I have the reputation. Second, I differentiated myself. Work with the products that you know best or the products that you want to know best, right? So for example, again, we're talking about Medicare. What Medicare are you going to specialize in? Is it going to be supplements? Is it going to be, part A, B, C, D? What is it going to be? Also think about the trends. How can you differentiate yourself with the trends? I can't tell you how many people became a fixed benefit specialist last year. When the short terms went to just garbage, they said, hey, you know what? I'm a fixed benefit specialist. What does that mean? Let me tell you, right? So whatever you are, differentiate yourself. Make sure you stand out. And again, a solid website that you can easily change will let you do that. So network as well. To be your own brand, you need to not only look like it, you not only need to have your website and your logo and be professional, but you need to network, right? You need to start getting yourself talking. Yeah, you're gonna have this great website, but who's going to know about it? Now, how do you network? Actually, there's quite a few ways of doing it. First off, social media is a huge one, right? Social media is huge, but I actually friend a lot of businesses on social media to see how they're doing it. One of the biggest mistakes is not having your friends and family go through and have other people like it, right? You need to make it spread. You need to make it happen. So you need to associate yourself with other strong brands. How do you do that? You find those in like or relatable industries. That's a big one. So people who do kind of what you do, but not exactly. Few of mine. So attorneys, funny enough, because I specifically defense and family attorneys. Why? Because if it's a family attorney, they may be going through divorce. Divorce is a QLE. Yes, they're going to go and contact me. Defense, probably something bad happened, right? And so they're going to contact me because maybe they just got done with that bad thing. That's a huge one, right? And so I give them my business cards. They know my website. I'm actually part of some of the packets that they give to their clients, right? Congratulations, you just got out of jail. This is who you contact. I'm sorry you're going through this huge life change. If you need help with your health insurance or have questions, here is my specialist. They don't want to be the specialist, you. So find those first off in like industries. My website's actually on their websites, right? So those people can click it. CPAs, right? CPAs work a lot with finance. They go through the taxes, right? As they're going through the taxes, maybe they're going to find the field that says you don't have health insurance. Or the person is going to ask about saying, you know what, looking through my numbers, my health insurance is really expensive. Who should they call? It should be you, right? So yeah, I have a friend made his whole career off of CPAs. Give him your business cards, right? PNC agents, they get questions all the time. Just to have that agreement, find a PNC shop even if you want to, like a physical shop that people go into and say, I know you do property and casualty, I do accident and health. I get a lot of property and accident casualty questions. Can I send them your way and in return you send the ones for accident and health? I know a lot of agents, actually have a very, very good friend who do only life, right? They don't want to do health. There's not enough money into it. I completely disagree, but that's okay. That is their belief. My job is not to change it. So what I go through, great, when we're done with your life client, you can send them my way for accident, and maybe I don't do a lot of life and I can send it their ways. Another thing is for local groups and activities. I have a lot of people who've gotten it by, first off, funny enough, attending their kids' sports. So if you don't have kids, I'm sorry. But if you do, hey, you can attend your kids' sports and just talk to people. The second off, what are your local groups and activities that are going on? Do you have a local business networking? Right? Give a local BNI group. Go join the BNI group. There's a lot of times you can go for a day or two for free and you go and just be the representative. What it is, it's a whole bunch of small businesses and they're only allowed one in each category. Be the insurance agent, be the health and accident insurance agent. Networking is extremely important, but when you're at these, what do you need? You actually have to have a business card to hand out. It's best to have professional. I know I get shirts made, so you can go through and you can be wearing your little logo on and you can walk in and they know who you are. Back to the social media again. So not only that, you got that going on, but you need to have that social media presence, because if you're working with millennials, and we all want to work with them, because why? There's a large number that are starting to go out there, and actually they're known for starting businesses, right? They don't see as much value in large businesses, so they're starting their own. We all know small business owners need to buy insurance, right? So that's going to help you start the communication. That's going to start giving you your online presence. I have a lot of people who actually reach out to me actually right before this meeting. Somebody from Instagram was asking me an insurance question via Instagram. I had one on Facebook really early this morning. I know it seems weird, but that's the way that you can start communicating. A lot of people go, you know what, I don't want to do social media. That's okay. You're just not going to be working with, honestly, the millennial generation. There's going to be a lot that you're going to be missing, but you need to give them reasons for following you. Keep in mind, you're going to have to actually sit there and post articles and post pictures about things that are going on. I would recommend investing in one. I have people who go through and they're like, I got myself a Snapchat, I got myself a Twitter, I got myself a Facebook, a LinkedIn, a Flickr, everything out there. I'm like, that's great, but what do you have on it unless you can post the same thing on everything? I recommend starting with one and giving them reasons to follow you. So again, going back to your group, are you a Medicare specialist? Post Medicare articles. Not saying you have to write them, go find them and post them. Say, this was a great read this morning. One thing that I've been noticing though with a lot of agents lately, they're actually not posting positive articles. Don't ever post anything negative. Like reasons why let's say reasons why a generation is undereducated about health insurance. That's actually a negative article. You want to post something that gives them a reason to click on it, not going, wow, they're bashing my generation, not talking to them. So keep that in mind. Your social media is your presence. I try to keep mine on as biased as possible. Again, unless that's a market that you specialize in, then work in that market. But if it's a political thing and you are not known for your politics, be careful posting that because you will turn people off. And your brand promise. What is a brand promise? It's actually a single sentence of what you do. People look for those, funny enough, right? You know, Nike's, what is theirs? Just do it. I know it seems really small, but that is theirs, right? You need to have that brand promise. It's a single sentence of what you do and how it works, right? So are you a health insurance agent who provides, your services for free, because technically your services are free to help those that are having that change in life, getting ready for Medicare. Bam, there you go. What do? It's easy. You want to put that on your website, put that on your card. If you want to have that line in your signature, put it in your signature. Your signature is very important for your brand. Let's talk about that really quick. So you get your signature. What should it have? Your name, your phone number. If you have a physical office, obviously your address, your email address, any of the social media that you're doing. And if you want to, you can have your brand promise. Be careful putting a lot of quotes under your signature. I get a lot of questions sent to me from agents, obviously, and they have about 4 or 5 different quotes under that, and that looks trashy because they're all in different colors. No, consistency, same font, same color on everything. The second you start adding other colors and other things, I feel like you're less professional. You're no longer that shop of experts. You're now, hey, you're that local mom and pop shop that's sitting there. You're like that pizza joint that you're like, yeah, it's good, but I'm kind of lazy and I'd rather go to Domino's because I know I'm going to get consistency. You want to be that one with consistency. That's huge. And keep in mind, on consistency, big thing is you can never give up, right? With it, the beginning of any being your own brand, beginning of any marketing is extremely difficult, right? So you need to be persistent. You need to keep it going, and you need to make sure to go above and beyond. If somebody's asking you a question, especially in social media, they post a public question, post the best response you can that is well organized, and give them a reason to contact you directly. If you have any questions for the next Motivation Monday or any specific topic you want me to cover, I am more than happy to. Some of my best ones have come from minds like yourself. Email me. My name is Dan again at training@ahcpsales.com. If you have a question about any of the carriers that we were talking about today too, you can always call agency services at 877-228-8773. And let's talk about it. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. So you may not have a strong brand and you've been in the industry for a while. Great time to start that new brand is now. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, email train@ahcpsales.com. If not, have a great week.